Hello everyone, my name's Devin and let's do some quick programming, or in this case, quick clouding. I don't know what to call it. So today let's go over how to create SQL databases. For this, we'll go into My Services and then type in SQL database. And you're going to pick this one, the one that says keyword SQL database in it. And from here, you'll click the Add button. So it's important to give it a good name. For mine, I have the YouTube tests application, the web app that we created in previous videos. So I'm going to go ahead and call it YouTube Test DB. My subscription should be the same as wherever I want my web app to live in, so pay as you go. I have an existing resource group. If you're creating a database on your own, just go ahead and create any old resource group and you can make your web application a different time or whatever else you need. I'm going to go ahead and use YouTube test. And for my source, I'm going to pick blank database. You can pick sample database to get some sample data and backup if you have a backup file. For the server, I don't have any database servers, so we're going to have to create one. This is going to have to be a unique name across this namespace. So I'm going to go with YouTube test DB server. I like to have that naming convention. You can name it whatever you want, of course. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a username and password. This is important for managing your database. I do not live in Brazil. I don't know why I'd always think I do, but I live in South Central US. And for creating a V12 server, I'm going to pick yes instead of no. It has better updates, a little bit more features. It's just nicer. And for allow Azure services to access server, you're going to want to pick this for the vast majority. If you have a complex ecosystem, then you might want to click no and handle this later via different routes. But for this purpose, we're going to click yes. So next off is your pricing tier. This is essentially how fast can your database run, how much throughput can it take, how many queries can it take. I'm going to go ahead with basic. It's a small one. It's really affordable, $5 a month pretty much. If you're going to go for a bigger web application, one that you're expecting a fair amount of traffic to go into, I would go in to be on the safe side with an S2. It has 50 DTUs and it has a really good amount of memory. If you have a really big database, definitely look into the premiums. Not just for the database size, but the fact that a lot of people are going to be hitting it and you're going to need more than just 50 DTUs, which is essentially database processing power. So hit the select button. Leave collation alone unless you know what you're doing. You don't want to mess with this, and I'm not an expert at that, so I just leave it up to Azure to tell me what to do there. So I click pin to dashboard just so it shows up on my dashboard and hit the create button. When your database and database server are finished deploying, you're going to get this pop-up. This is the pop-up, the admin console, if you will, for your database, not your database server, which has a separate one. It has all the general information that you could use, and it has connection strings. If you click into show database connection strings, it'll show you how to connect to your database from whatever application you might want to, either PHP or through JDBC or ODBC or ADO.NET. I know as a .NET developer, I usually connect via ADO. There's a lot of great tools here as well. What you want to look into is the performance overview. Right now, there's nothing really. This is a brand new database and there's not been any activity on it. Plus it's an empty database. So there's not going to be any good updates or anything like that for you. But if you look into it later on, after you got some traffic, what's going to happen is either here or on your overview, you're going to get a little notice up here that's going to say something like, if the case is, what you're most likely going to see after your database has been used several times is a warning up here, or just really a message up here above where it says essentials. And if you click it, what's going to happen is it's going to take you to this performance overview tab. And in here, it'll talk about if the case is if you need to add an index, drop an index to your database, if you need to do anything else. Why is your database running slow? Is it having connectivity problems? Anything like that, you'll want to look for. It'll pop up here for sure, so you can see it in the overview tab, but you can also check it out in the performance overview. All right, everyone, that's how to create a database in Azure, and I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks.